Throughout his history, man has always settled near water, for water is the fountain of life. It makes the earth fertile and enriches the settler's habitat. Here in central Germany, on the wide, rich alluvial pasture land bordering the Main River, traces of settlements of Stone Age hunters and fishermen were found. Nameless peoples found their way here. Later, they were followed by Celts, Alemanni, and Romans. All of them recognized the geographical advantages. From here, one could travel both by water and overland for the migrations of the peoples, as well as for trade caravans. And at one point on the Main, there was a ford where horsemen and wagon drivers could cross the river. Before long, people of various origins began to congregate at this crossing of the ways. Goods and wares were bartered, and there was a constant coming and going, but also a desire to settle. And out of the settlement, a city grew up. At the ford of the Franks, a Germanic tribe, a center of urban life developed at a very early date. The eventful history of the city of Frankfurt begins in the year 794. At that time, it was the center of the Frankish Empire. Under the sign of the Frankfurt Eagle begins the story of a self-assured city which always aspired to the freedom of a republican city-state, subjected neither to foreign powers nor to the dictates of a prince. On the balcony of the Römer, Frankfurt City Hall since 1405, citizens' coat of arms bear witness to the pride of this community, which has at all times preserved its love of liberty and tolerance. And to this very day, Frankfurt citizens have preserved their traditional interest in trade and commerce. Ever since Emperor Frederick II placed all travelers to Frankfurt's autumn fair under his personal protection in 1240, trade fairs have flourished here. In the linen house on the Weckmarkt, the articles woven and spun in the outlying villages were offered for sale. Cloth and linen, yarn, flax, and hemp. And with trade, money found its way into the city. And with money, the money business. Frankfurt citizens had long since been entitled to mint their own coins and to deal in bills of exchange. Before long, Frankfurt became an international banking and exchange center. Merchants and traders from all over Europe came to the city on the Main. Frankfurt developed cosmopolitan flair, open to the world and hospitable to all. And it has remained so to this day. People still come to Frankfurt from far and near. Visitors from Germany, from Europe, from all over the world. enjoying the comfort and the facilities of top-class international hotels. And appreciating the variety and quality of the cuisine. And today, as in the past, the cities and towns around Frankfurt profit from their proximity to the business metropolis. Even from an early date, it was an aspiring, prosperous town, well worth protecting. In those days, the little village of Sachsenhausen on the south bank of the Main served as a bridgehead, helping to ensure Frankfurt's safety. The southern approach to the city was protected by well-fortified walls and towers. In Sachsenhausen, there were countless inns and taverns where visitors from foreign parts stopped to slake their thirst and satisfy their hunger. Today, Frankfurt's famous cider specialty, Ebelwein, is still enjoyed by Frankfurters and visitors alike. The city of Frankfurt has long since expanded beyond the narrow boundaries of its Cathedral Hill and the Römerberg, the hill of the Romans. But the square on the Römerberg, not far from the banks of the Main, is still the center of municipal events. It was marketplace and fairground, town hall square, and place of judgment, the stage for tournaments, popular festivals, and for all the pageantry of the elections of emperors. For 1,000 years, Frankfurt was where German kings and emperors were selected and crowned. The crowning ceremony was held in the neighboring cathedral of St. Bartholomew. And the memory of the 52 German emperors who reigned between 768 and 1806 is preserved in the Imperial Hall of the venerable Old Römer. Crowned heads who helped shape the course of German history and culture, and the history of the city of Frankfurt, in the heart of Germany. Yet, throughout the course of history, it was also Frankfurt citizens who increased the city's affluence, prestige, and growth. They encouraged culture and the arts with generous donations. It was the banker Johann Friedrich Stadel, for example, who with his fortune and his art collection laid the foundations of Frankfurt's world-famous art gallery. Today, the Stadel Art Institute is an important part of the new Museumsufer Center on the bank of the River Main. Another famous citizen of Frankfurt earned a place of honor in the city's history through timeless works of literature. Germany's great poet, Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, was born here in Frankfurt on August the 28th, 1749. In this house, on the street called Hirschgraben. It was here that he spent his childhood and youth. Here that he wrote his first works. Here, his parents led the life of an affluent bourgeois family of the 18th century.